Good morning.
Yeah. Continue.
Good morning, all. Hello. As such, our speaker, Dr. Rakesh Panchal sir, doesn't require any introduction, but that's the students. Let me introduce him. Sir has a wide experience in a field of more than 25 years, right from beginning as a research officer in Situja Biochemicals and having more than 20 years of experience in academia with MB Patel Science College as head of the Department of Microbiology and now with Gujarat University and School of Sciences, Department of Microbiology and Biotechnology, Ahmedabad. Sir will be throwing light on research and opportunities as well as various fellowships and national level institutes offering microbiology. The screen is yours, sir, please.
Good morning, everybody.
Morning, sir.
It is matter of great privilege for me to say something on the microbiology prospects and future. As all of you are well acquainted that this one is a new science. We are talking about science since ages, but the microbiology that has been started very late. You can consider last 3 centuries where the major work in the field of microbiology has been carried out. Speaking to microbiology, I should say that it is a discipline which involves the study of biology of microorganisms. By and large, it is bacteria, fungi, algae, protozoa, and viruses. This is not limited to medical microbiology. When we talk about microbiology, the first sight in the mind of a person that is something related to the disease, something related to medical science. But this is not true always. Where it has been the disease and infections, of course, microbiology involves, but there is very wide field where the numbers of different applied aspects are there of this wonderful field. In this webinar, it is of 2 days where we say that it is paired for 27 and 28. On the first day, the structure of my speech will be the introduction of the subject with the fields, then admission to various PG programs. After PG program, you can go for the research. So what are the research opportunities and which kind of fellowships you can look for? National level institute for research in India and admission to the national level institutes, and of course the opportunities in industry. And at last, we'll share a few minutes for the entrepreneurship development in this field. When we spell microbiology, we always say that these are dealing with some organisms which are not been visible by naked eye. To say that these are the organisms, if you want to see them, if you want to work them, if you want to understand them, you need to have the combination of lenses, which is by virtue of your eminent person who has been the founder of microbiology, Anthony van Leeuwenhoek. He, for the first time, has opened the field and has shown that there used to be certain creatures which are very small and cannot be seen by naked eye. And if you want to observe them, you need to have combination of lenses. And once you observe them, you can work with it, you can find their importance. And today, in the era of COVID, you say that everyone is afraid of these microorganisms. Not only virus, but there are numbers of bacteria and other creatures too, which are being dealt with the microbiology. This microbiology I have distributed into 2 major fields. One is the pure field, and the other one is the applied field. In pure field, we'll say that on the basis of taxonomical classification, we have the bacteriology, that is the science studying bacteria, mycology, science studying fungi, phycology, that is the science study of virology, study of virus, protozoology, again study of protozoa, where you must be acquainted with the malaria by and large. Another one is the immunology, where the study of immune system of body and combating various infections through it. Another one is on the base of integrative characteristics. If you say that there used to be microbial cytology, where we need to study the cell structure of organisms and all the consequences of the cell structure. Another one is physiology. Another one is microbial genetics, where this is a boon field, where the people are working with the gene sequence and then getting the gene, transferring it, and finally creating the miracles out of this. Another one is molecular biology, by and large study of the molecules, where the microbial system, that is the very important for creatures, where the molecular biology can be practiced with numbers of experiments, which are very simple. Microbial ecology, then cellular microbiology. If you go to applied field of microbiology, you will say that there are various fields where you have the end is not been seen. Still, new and new fields are developing in the applied microbiology, where you say that medical microbiology dealing with medical science, where microorganisms, cause of infection, symptoms, control, everything. Agriculture microbiology, where we are dealing with the agriculture system, where lot of microorganisms are playing very vital role in agriculture microbiology. Food and dairy microbiology, then environmental microbiology. Of course, you can so go for water, aquatic, or the marine microbiology, a wide area where a lot of things can be worked out, that is in marine microbiology. Another one is industrial microbiology, where all kind of applications of microorganisms to produce various industrial products, that is being explored there. Pharmaceutical microbiology, of course, we are producing n number of pharmaceutical products using microorganisms. And you will say that veterinary microbiology, you can also have a small discipline of public health microbiology, where dealing with the health of people in general and how to control various infectious disease at the level of epidemic, endemic, and pandemic. Right? Aromicrobiology, that is the science, the study of microbes in air and its applications there. Of course, microbial biotechnology is a developing field where people are working with biotechnical aspects, where the microorganisms are being utilized very well. A brief explanation of the various fields of microbiology, will see it in 2-3 minutes rapidly. Says that medical microbiology, as I said earlier, says that the disease which are being caused by microorganisms and various symptoms developed by microbial entry in the body. Of course, how the microbes are being controlled. You said that yes, there are numbers of microorganisms which are producing something which is going to inhibit the other microorganisms. We call it as antibiotics, where Alexander Fleming for the first time has developed penicillin using Penicillium notatum. And there's a number of antibiotics which are there after Salman Wasman, done for the streptomycin, and numbers of antibiotics, where you can produce antibiotics industrially, and then after you can use this antibiotic to treat infectious diseases. Another very important aspects of medical microbiology is the boon by your simple organism E. coli, which has got capacity to produce numbers of vitamins like vitamin D, which is used for metabolism of a person, where a lot of different pharmaceutical products are coming using this organism. Another one is vitamin K, where we used to produce various kinds of blood clotting factors. And of course, in this field, the gene therapy for the treatment of genetic disease has also been covered in medical microbiology. Agriculture microbiology, when we talk about, we say that genetic engineering is used to produce the transgenic plants. People are working with numbers of gene in the microorganism. They are getting this gene isolated, then after transferring to the plants and developing plants where the plants may be free from getting the nitrogen, may be a kind of new gene system which has been transferred therein. Another one is people are working with biofertilizer, where you can say that certain microorganisms are fixing nitrogen, certain microorganisms are liquefying the minerals, and all this potential has been utilized, and you are producing microorganisms where this kind of organisms, they are increasing the fertility of the soil, where we call it as biofertilizer. Similarly, you may have a kind of microorganisms which are very important to produce certain kind of infection among the pests, and it is an excellent tool to control the pest in agriculture. We call it as biopesticides. This field is also been attracting the concentration of people working in this microbiology field. Food microbiology, where you said then various foods are being fermented, various foods are being produced industrially using microorganisms. Where if you say that in 1856, Louis Pasteur has demonstrated the fermentation for the first time, and he explained that there used to be certain microorganisms which are responsible for fermentation of various products. And on this base, we are producing a kind of cheese, pickles, sauerkraut, oil, yogurt, soya sauce, vinegar. Various kinds of food products are being produced by use of microorganisms at fermentation level. The ecology and environmental microbiology, where we say that recycling of nutrients in the soil, that is been studied very well, where various microorganisms are very important in recycling of nutrients. Where again the work of Winograski and Bayering, they explain about certain nitrogen fixation, of course some other bacteria which has got capacity to liquefy all major nutrients which are required for the plants, and we used to have a biofertilizer aspect that is there in again ecology and environment, where you are going to reduce the chemical fertilizer and going for biofertilizer. Similarly, chemical pesticides is replaced by biopesticides, where environmental biology people are working with. And lastly, you say that bioremediation, which is a kind of degradation of toxic pollutants in the soil, water, and use of microorganisms in this, that has been there in the environmental microbiology. Industrial microbiology, as I said, there is n number of products which have been produced using microorganisms by fermentation technology. You may have example of beer, example of wine, numbers of pharmaceutical products, various antibiotics, various clot factors, various uh, uh, cytokines which have been produced at the level of pharmaceutical industry to produce the drugs, and there is a huge market. As I say that more than two-thirds of the pharmaceutical market has been conquered by the microbial products and worldwide, and that is how we say that this one is a challenging field, and it is the field which attract numbers of scientists which have been required there, and numbers of people of this microbial science which have been employed there. Again, very sizable goes to industrial microbiology, like product pattern, process pattern. All these things are also very important to be worked with. One more field is vaccine and immunology. Every time we talk about the immune system of body, where COVID has been threatening the world, we always rely upon the self-immune system and what the immune system is, how immune system is working, and how to increase the immunity of an individual. That is to be worked. As you go for the history of microbiology, say that Edward Jenner was the person who had, for the first time, used some cowpox material, and that was being injected to the people who were suffering from smallpox, and ultimately he treated these kind of people. And for the first time, the vaccine concept has been introduced by him, practical concept. Later on, it was the job of Louis Pasteur to develop rabies vaccine in 1885. And when we talk about immunology and vaccine, then 1880 to 1819, that was the period where, by and large, major work has been through the various scientists like von Behring and Kitasato in 1819. They have produced diphtheria toxin. Again, the toxoids have been prepared, and ultimately they were used to combat the diphtheria disease. Mechnikov in 1884, he had worked out the phagocytosis, where you say that yes, there is a kind of defense mechanism working in the body, and this defense mechanism can be triggered in a way where your host immunity is to be increased. So vaccine and immunology is another challenging field of microbiology, where the future belongs to this science, where you can say that lot of infectious diseases are coming, seven new infectious diseases are coming. So one has to work immune system of your body and vaccine. Everybody is talking about COVID vaccine and says that COVID vaccine is not been prepared yet. And some people say that it is very difficult to prepare. It is impossible to prepare this vaccine. But still, we have scientists in India. Last to last week on Sunday, we had one webinar where we were talking about COVID vaccine and says that it is an Indian company which manufactures COVID vaccine. Of course, the molecule is ready. It is under trial and test. And according to the scientists manufacturing this, they says that yes, of course, we will come up with the exact potent vaccine against the coronavirus. Okay, genetic engineering is another challenging field in microbiology. Again, it is to be covered in microbiology. Says that recombinant DNA technology and genetic engineering, where you are using microorganisms to get the gene, and then after you are transferring that gene to another microorganism. Of course, the donor is also microorganism. The recipient is also microorganism. So, where a lot of microbiology is involved there in genetic engineering. Biochemistry and physiology, when we talk about, you will find that the model system of study for biochemical reaction, again, it is microorganisms. Physiological study, you are going for microorganisms. So microorganisms play a pivotal role in the developing of science so far as the biochemistry and physiology is concerned. Geochemical microbiology, that is dealing with the bioleaching and recovery of minerals from low-grade ores, where you are producing various metals using microorganisms, and role of microorganisms in geochemical cycle has been studied well, and then you are practicing it, and on the other way you are producing high recovery of the minerals. And lastly says that exomicrobiology, that exploring of life in outer space. You must have heard somewhere where the space shuttle goes to the space carrying some microorganism. They are studying microorganisms. They are collecting the samples from the outer planets and trying to get whether microorganisms are there or not. If they are there, of course, you can say that life may perpetuate there. That is about the introduction of the science. As I say, that it's very wide science and numbers of fields are there where one can work. But at present, we'll have to concentrate at a way where majority of the connecting people to this webinar, they are the graduates of microbiology. They have gone through microbiology at undergraduate level. Now, what is the next? For this, let me tell you that there used to be a national level examination for admission to PG courses. There are certain examinations where admission to UG and PG combined courses are also there. So we'll have to see certain institute and certain examination to be cracked if you get admission to this kind of institute of repute. Say, for example, JNU SIB, that is Jawaharlal Nehru University Combined Entrance Examination for Biotechnology. There you are using that JNU centers for PG program in biotechnology, and this is again the research program in biotechnology where this exam is to be worked out. We'll see the exam rapidly. Another one is CUSET, that is Central University Common Entrance Test. This is for admission to all Central University of India. Another one is BHU PET, that says that Banaras Hindu University, they have their own PG entrance examination for admission to various programs at Banaras Hindu University. Another one is AIMS test. Of course, it is All India Institute of Medical Science, where this test is a little difficult, but still you have a very narrow entry space to AIMS there at PG level. Another one is ICR. This is Indian Council of Agricultural Research, and for all ICR centers, as well as ICR do have their test for admission to all the agriculture university in India, where you can go for PG program in microbiology, agriculture microbiology. There, this is also there. Another one is just the PG PhD program, that is in IITs, ICERs, and Indian Institute of Science, ZEST program. Another one is PG MER program. This is for Chandigarh University. They do have their separate test. You can have ICER UGPG aptitude test also, where to enter in Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. One more is the NEST test, that is National Entrance Screening Test for Integrated MSc Program, and One more program is graduate school admission test, this is GS, and of course the GATE is also there. So one after another we'll see in 1 or 2 minutes each rapidly. When you go for JNU SIB exam, that is combined entrance examination in biotechnology. This examination is for the admission to MSc biotechnology, MTech biotechnology, MSc agricultural biotechnology, and MASc. This examination normally is being conducted by Jawaharlal Nehru University, where you can say that it is for biotech program only, and all biological science people are eligible to write the examination. This examination, there it is having minimum requirement of 50% aggregate marks at a graduate level, and you can uh, go for this examination. And if you observe this examination, you'll find that SIV exam yet to go for this year 2020. It is a combined entrance examination for biotechnology. So admission at biotechnology has been confirmed at Jawaharlal Nehru University. There are numbers of centers of JNU where you are being admitted, and of course, these people used to give fellowship of 5,000 rupees per month to the PG students, and for PhD, the fellowship is as per the structure. Another one is CUSET, Central University Common Entrance Test. This is for all central university admissions. There are 14 central university centers in India and 4 state university which connect with CUSET. So if you write this exam for CUSET, you'll find that for this, you are getting admission in 14 central university and 4 state university identified by CUSET. This exam is, of course, for UG as well as PG and research. For UG and PG, the exam is been conducted offline mode, and for research, the exam is conducted in online mode. For admission, you need to go for online admission program only. For that, you can go and serve the CUSET 2020. So application is to be uh, submitted, and then after will go for this test. So CUSET textexam.in. This one is the site where you can go and get this enrolled for. And of course, you will get in 14 central university. Of course, in Gujarat also the central university admission that is there. And for research, the fellowship is given. For PG program, they are not offering any kind of fellowships. One more is Banaras Hindu University PG entrance test. This is the test where you go for 120 minutes test. It is offline only, and you'll find that objective type questions are being asked, and they have one and only subject for our science, that is agricultural biology, where for eligible at, uh, at, at PG program of this Banaras Hindu University. You'll find that the application begins in January 30, 2020, but of course that is being postponed. So now still the application is going on. You can go for this, but at graduation level, you should have 50% of marks. And at if you are coming from OBC, physically challenged, or it can be non-familiar OBC, and then 45% minimum marks at graduation level that is being required to get entered to this examination. Once you crack the examination, you will be allowed to go for PG program in Banaras Hindu University. This one is also a good one. A very important examination to go for is ICR, that is Indian Council of Agricultural Research. They have AIEEA exam, that is All India Entrance Examination for admission, that is for UG, PG, and PhD. As I say that this one is for 25% of seats at PG in all agricultural universities across India. All the agricultural universities which have been run by government, 25% seats are being through this examination. And of course, it is 100% seats for all the ICR centers. There used to be 4 ICR centers in India where you can get admission in agriculture, dairy science, dairy technology. That is postgraduate study agriculture technology, agriculture science. One more is dairy science. One more is dairy technology. Of course, they have one very good subject that is of food science. All the microbiologists are eligible for all this admission in this courses. And but of course, for this, the age limit is there. That age limit says that you should have 19 full years, and then you can apply. Academic qualification required, that is graduation at the level, and they do require 60% marks at graduation level for general candidates, and maybe little bit more, 50% for the reserve candidates. Yes, joint entrance examination for PG and PhD, that is for ICER, that is joint entrance examination, just integrated MSc, MSc program, MTech program, and PhD program. That is in computational biology. This is the only subject. By and large, just examination that is for the ICERs, that is Indian Institute of Science and Education Research. They have physics, which has been concentrated, maths is concentrated, computer science is concentrated, but still they have one subject, that is computational biology, where you are eligible to get admission to this. It is a 100-mark test, and the test is of 3 hours. So their centers are there, and all ISO centers where admission is being confirmed by the JS examination, and eligibility criteria that is fixed by separate centers at their own. So you can go and get the website of the center and enroll examination, check the examination, and get admission in Indian Institute of Science and Education Research. ICER UGPG aptitude test. One more test is been there. This is ICER UGPG aptitude test. Test is taken for those candidates who are getting through your direct admission. That is ICER's aptitude test. And one more entry in ICER, that is through KVPY. And one more entry, that is through SCB. If you go for ICER, there are ICER where Berhampur 100 seats, ICER Bhopal 250 seats, ICER Kolkata 200 seats, ICER Pune 225 seats, ICER Mohali 200 seats, Thiruvananthapuram 200 seats, and Tirupati 150 seats. So you are competing for all these seats, and you will go for Indian Institute of Science, Education and Research. Of course, fellowship is confirmed by them. You'll have to go through the examination, crack the examination, get the fellowship, and get entry at PG level as well as at research level. If you are going for this ICER, then you will find that KVPI and SCB module that is being continued up to June 10, 2020. And again, the exam is yet to go for. But still in ICER admission, you have another 3 modes. One mode is Kishore Vaignanik Protsahan Yojana. You say that this is the system where the students are writing their examination, crack their examination at the school level, and later on they confirm their admission for Indian Institute of Science. One more is joint JEE examination for engineering people. All the A group people, maths people, they are working on this JEE. And the last one is state and central board channel, that is SCB, where you go for this state board and central board student after 12, 10 plus 2. They people are having cutoff percentage from various boards. So if you are falling in that cutoff percentage, then student can get admission to this ICER program. PGMR, that is Postgraduate Institute of Medical Education and Research, Chandigarh. This is a very high repute institute, and there they have this examination at online mode. This examination for admission to DMS at PG level of and postgraduate level in medical microbiology, they do have this course. So you can write the examination and get entered to PG program in medical microbiology. Of course, this program is of 3.5 years after graduation. So once after graduation, you go for 3.5 years. If you go for this kind of PG program in our Gujarat, also you have Baroda Medical College, where the PG program equivalent to MD, that is MSc MD in the medical microbiology. Of course, the number of seats is only three, but you can compete there, go for the admission procedure, and then get the admission. This is 3.5 year postgraduate program in medical microbiology. So this one is very good. If you go through this program, then you are getting all the license for the diagnosis. You have your own laboratory also for the diagnosis of the various disease and conducting all the tests. Next, that is National Entrance Screening Test. That is next. This exam is for the National Institute of Science, Education and Research, Bhubaneswar, specifically Bhubaneswar and Mumbai. That is UMDA CEBS Mumbai. They have their own University of Mumbai, Department of Atomic Energy Center. So they do have eligibility 60% of marks at class 12. This is 12, 60%, and they have 5 years integrated MSc program. They need 60% for, say, reserve candidate, it may be 55%, and the people are providing fellowship also for the study of integrated program in MSc. One more is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, Itubu University, it is their own university, graduate school admission, GS admission program, Tata Institute of Fundamental Research. They do have one program that is of wildlife biology conservation. They have MSc program in bachelor's in any basic science, all kind of bachelor for biological science also. They do have program in master level, and this is Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, one of the best institute offering all kind of facility for the study and research in India, and they have their own GS 2020 examination, that is graduate school admission examination. To go through this examination, you can get the fellowship for MSc program, fellowship for PhD program also. We have a biology and wildlife biology. Of course, the fellowship in case of wildlife biology is little less, but still the fellowship can be gained out after cracking the examination and getting admission to this program. Okay. After once you are getting the admission to PG program, you can have your PG studies, or you can have PG studies in any of the university in Gujarat. That the only thing you need to do is you have to fill up the form and then go for the admission at merit level in various universities of government in Gujarat. Say, for example, our Gujarat University or maybe a Saurashtra University, then Bhavnagar University. For MS University, the things are slightly different, where after graduation, you need to fill up the form for admission in MSc in microbiology, in MSc in biochemistry, where they do have their entrance examination, separate one. They will take MCQ type entrance examination, then after personal interview, and then after admission merit list. And the admission for 2 years MSc program in microbiology, 2 years MSc program in biotechnology, and 2 years MSc program in biochemistry. This is for MS University, where you will have to write the examination and get the admission. For admission to other university of Gujarat, you need not to write the examination. You'll have to fill up the form, goes for merit, and according to merit, your admission will be confirmed there. Right? But if at all you are getting admission at PG program, you will say that after this PG, what is the next? The next is your research. So either you can go for MPhil or PhD program of any university. Where you go for MPhil PhD program in Yes. So we do have separate tests for MPhil entrance as well as PhD entrance. for MPhil and PhD. You'll have to fill the separate forms of university. You have to write the examination. Of course, all the examinations are MCQ-based examinations. If you crack the examination, then after they do have your RDC program where group discussion and personal interview is to be faced, and then after admission will be confirmed at the level of MPhil for 2 years program, and PhD maybe 4 to 7 years program where the admission may be confirmed. But this admission is without fellowship, that is in conventional universities. But if you go for certain kind of test at national level, of course, fellowship will be conferred to you, where you will find that national level examination for PhD courses, it is CSIR net and UGC net, of course, that national testing agency that is conducting the test every year, and you need to qualify the fellowship. So initial rank that is been given for fellowship, and later on they are been giving for lecturership where the fellowship is not confirmed for PhD studies. Another one is DBT JRF Biotech Entrance Examination, Department of Biotechnology. They do have their own examination, and this is confirmed for PhD program. All the fellowship will be slightly different on the basis of the agency conferring the fellowships. TIFR, that graduate school admission entrance test, which we have discussed earlier, that Tata Institute of Fundamental Research, they do have the PhD program and they do confirm the fellowship of this. NCBS Joint Graduate Entrance Examination in Biology and Interdisciplinary Science, that is also there, National Center for Biology Science, Bangalore. This is specifically for National Center for Biological Science, Bangalore, where the fellowship is confirmed for PhD program. JRF GATE, you can go for CSIR program, JRF, and you can say that this GATE examination, of course, is confirmed. NIPER PhD entrance examination is also there, where the fellowship is being confirmed. That BARC PhD admission test is separate test, that is for Bhabha Atomic Research Center. They do have their own test. The examination get admission in PhD and program. The GATE IIT, that is also one entry level for the research, and of course the SET examination which has been there. One very interesting program which has been done by Government of India, that is the INSPIRE program. This is DST, Minister of Science and Technology. This runs the program INSPIRE, that is Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research. INSPIRE program at 3 levels, that is SCAT, SCE, and AORC. That is at early level of school, then after it goes for the level of colleges, that graduation level and postgraduate level, and the last one is level at research, and even at the level where after PhD, post-PhD fellowship is also been confirmed by INSPIRE, that is Innovation in Science Pursuit for Inspired Research. There you can say that this is very excellent scheme, but every student is advised to go for this kind of program, in which if you score highest mark in your university program, this is the first ranker, second ranker, you are been getting this eligibility. Always, if you are a government center for undergraduate rank, then after you are being confirmed for INSPIRE fellowship at the level of PG program. If you are first ranker in university, fellowship for research program, and after research program you can write for INSPIRE fellowship for the PhD program. At school level also this program is running. The first scheme for early attraction of talent, that is SCATS, that is scheme for early attraction of talent. In this scheme, the people are concentrating 10 to 15 years students at school level, that is class 6, 7, 8. They confirm 5,000 rupees to 1 million young learners of India. Of course, summer research fellowship is confirmed by them, that is 50,000 science students of class 11. They are being welcomed to a summer research program at the cost of government, and they are being introduced to various science fields and research at that. One more is scholarship for higher education, that is C program. C program is if you are getting the first and second rank in your school, then you are qualifying this C program, and this is for higher education at graduate level, that is 17 to 22 years students, and it is 80,000 rupees given to the students every year. This includes 60,000 to the student and 20,000 rupees for the fellowship with a mentor. Of course, in case a mentor is given to the student, so student has to study undergraduate program, that is first year, second year, third year of BSc, where the student will get 80,000 rupees every year, and all vacation they need to go for the research activity with some mentor. After that, when they come to a PG program, the same student will be given the same 80,000 rupees for 2 more years with the summer research fellowship, where they will have to work something in the vacations, and then they will introduce to the research field in their own subject, and later on they can go for the same fellowship after PG. Says, for example, it is 22 to 27 years, 1,000 fellowships are inspired fellowship given to the students for doing research, and then after inspired faculty schemes, that is 1,000 postdoctoral fellowship, that is 27 to 32 years, and contract and tenure, that is for 5 years. The candidate after PhD, you can get the fellowship for 5 more years, and this fellowship is 10,000 across the India. So you can use this fellowship. This one is an excellent field. If you are not going after your graduation to a PG program, maybe MSc or maybe post MSc program, then there are certain diploma program which is also been available at some universities. Say, for example, microbiology, when we talk about, you will say that the diploma in medical laboratory technology. Numbers of universities, they do have their postgraduate diploma in medical laboratory technology, and you can enroll for that. It is 1 year program where medical laboratory technology which has been taught to the students, and finally they will enter in the diagnosis of the disease. All kind of diagnostic laboratory, their career may be very excellent. Certain national centers, they do have this program also. Some government centers, they do have this program also. Say, for example, Baroda Medical College, these people are having this medical laboratory technology program of 1.5 year, where 1 year program and 6 month internship, and students are taught all kind of diagnostic procedure there. So these people are not charging any fee at government level in medical college, and they nurture the students for 1.5 year, and later on these students are getting a job in diagnostic field. We do have at our university postgraduate diploma program. One is postgraduate diploma in microbial biotechnology. This one is a 2 semester 1 year program, but of course this program is on self-finance basis, so 16,000 fees that is been applicable to the students. Of course the female students may have some 1,500 less. 2 more program we are running, that is certificate course in tools and techniques in microbiology, that is 1 semester 6 months program, and 1 more certificate course in fermentation technology. Of course, all the fermentation technology which has been used in industry, that is been taught there in this program. It is also 1 semester program. So this kind of postgraduate small program where you do not have enough time to work with, then you can go for 6 month program. It is a certificate program, maybe in tools and techniques in microbiology, maybe in fermentation technology. Every year we are running alternate this 6 month program. One is started in July, the first one tools and technique, and then after the another one is started in January, right? Every year. And if you go for postgraduate diploma, of course you will get 2 semester program. Many a time if you go to foreign universities, the students are seeking admission at postgraduate level in foreign university. They need 10 plus 2 plus 4 system, and our graduation system is 3 year only, so 1 more year is required. And for that we have designed one postgraduate diploma in microbial biotechnology, where we are conducted in 2 semester program, and full-fledged mark sheet and certificate from the university is provided to the candidate. So as these students, they do have their graduation 3 year plus postgraduate diploma 1 year. So total 10 plus 2 plus 4, that criteria fulfills, and these students can get admission in PG program at the overseas universities outside India. So this is also very good. But if at all you are not having enough of fund for research, enough of fund for PG program, then can you go for job? The answer is always yes, that microbiology is field where the job opportunity is tremendous outside. If you come out as a graduate in microbiology, you can go to government program. One is the laboratory technician in government PHCs. Every year, government used to absorb numbers of technicians which are required at all the primary health centers of the government structure, where candidates are given the lab diagnosis work. This is also good career opportunity. Another career opportunity after BSc microbiology, that is in industry. If you go to industry, you will find that there are various pharmaceutical industry where microbiologists are mandatorily been required, because they are dealing with pharmaceutical product, and as per FDA, Food and Drug Administration, the work is to be carried out by microbiologists. So there you are working in laboratory microbiologist, maybe a kind of assistant microbiologist, later on maybe promoted to microbiologist, and then after it may be senior microbiologist. So after graduation, if you join an industry, then in industry there used to be various fields where the job is to be confirmed. Normally, the male candidates, they are getting in the production field, where a lot of fermentation industry, it is running round the clock, and they have 3 shifts, and they prefer male candidates in production. But even female candidates are also being allowed to work in general shifts. This is there in the quality control and quality assurance of the company. There are used to be documentation. Now every industry has to go for documentation as per the norms of the Food and Drug Administration. Hence, numbers of microbiologists are being required in industry. And industrial career is comparatively better in a way where you work in the industry. Sincere work may develop your career like junior microbiologist to senior microbiologist, and then after you can go to the position of manager in the companies. Of course, the perk where we conduct the campus interview every year from various industries, when it is after graduation, the perk is around 12 to 15,000 to 18,000 per month. That is for first 1 year, where they consider trainee microbiologists, and after 1 year, the graduate in microbiology, their perk in industry, that is ranging from 22,000 to 30,000 initial, and later on it can be raised on the basis of the efficiency of a person who is working. After postgraduate in microbiology, where we conduct the campus interview of various industries, there the perk provided, that is around 2.2 annual system. This is what we are getting initial, and of course there it is 1 year training. They are being appointed as trainee microbiologists. It is for 1 year training, and then after 1 year, the people are being absorbed in the industry on the probation basis. It may be another 6 month probation, and then after the job is confirmed. Every time numbers of industries are asking for microbiologists, they are coming to us. When we go and contact industries, they are always ready to absorb a good microbiologist. And in this way, all the way around the year, numbers of companies, they are absorbing microbiologists. And the career in industry, according to me, that may be somewhat better career, if at all, if you want to work in microbiology field and get good amount of salary. So microbiology as a whole, if we say, it is a kind of subject where the microbiologist after graduation, after post graduation, or after PhD will find that it is very difficult to get an efficient microbiologist here in India. So hardly some microbiologists, you will find that they may be complaining about they are jobless. Every time when we conduct the campus interviews, we'll say that it is our experience that if the company is coming to us for say 5 to 7 openings, and hardly some 8, 10, 12 people are there to appear for the interview. This year also, it is my experience that due to COVID, the things were not been working well. And after, say, mid of March, people are not working, they are at their home only. But still, I have got numbers of industry, at least 4 industries, they approach me. They says that you send microbiologists to us, and we people will arrange for all kind of curfew pass, all kind of stay, all kind of food for them. You just send microbiologists. That says that the career of a microbiologist in an industry is very bright. So according to me, the students who get admission in microbiology, they will have to concentrate on their knowledge, understanding, develop the expertise, and then after they need not to worry about their career, because once you are being develop a good microbiologist, definitely one or other industry will come to you to search a good talent from you. So I wish all the best to all the participants of this webinar. And of course, this webinar is of 2 days. So a major topic where the research fields, research fellowships, and overseas opportunities, where what are the future of microbiology, future aspects, all these things will be covered in tomorrow's session at 11 o'clock. So again, I invite all of you for tomorrow's session also. Time permits, we can continue, otherwise the organizers.
Hello, am I
Thank you
audible
all.
to you?
So we can
Sir.
go ahead. We can go ahead. We can go ahead. We have unlimited time, sir.
Yes.
Okay.
We can go ahead.
So when we go for the undergraduate program in microbiology, various universities, they do have their undergraduate program, university, they do have their postgraduate program, and after postgraduate there are research programs also. By and large, as I say, that if you enter in research program of the conventional university after the writing of PhD entrance examination, then it is very difficult to combat with the requirement of PhD, where the fund is limiting. So all the PG students, where they study their postgraduate program, during this program they can think of some small project to work with, and then after they can prepare a small project proposal and then submit to various funding agencies. Of course, in tomorrow's webinar, this thing will be discussed by Professor Rajesh Patel. But still, I say that they will have to prepare this kind of small program, write to funding agency, get the fund, and start your research. But see, once you are been graduate, after graduation, is there any opportunity of entrepreneurship? Again, the answer is yes. You have ample opportunity of entrepreneurship. What you are doing in entrepreneurship is you are clicking some microbial products. You work with this product. You develop something in your laboratory at your home, and then after commercialize it, and then jump into the industry. It may be initially a small scale industry, and later on it can develop the higher amplitude of the industry. The example says that few of our students, means last year, one of our students, he had started mushroom cultivation at his own. See, this is the field where you'll find that, of course, in market you are not getting a good scientist who are working with it. Whosoever is producing mushroom, fresh mushroom is under demand. But the manufacturing of mushroom, that is been practiced by the people who do not know ABC of microbiology. So why not a microbiologist jump into this? So if you develop the span of this mushroom, then it can be a very big business. So my student who started this mushroom cultivation, initially had cultivation of mushroom at their home only, and later on he had developed small program. But last year when I discussed with him, then we have discussed that why not produce the seed of this mushroom. There are numbers of mushroom centers, they require seeds. So you can develop seed program at your home. It needs merely a 10 by 10, 1 or 2 rooms with good humidity, where you can develop mushroom and develop mushroom seeds, and then after you can sell these seeds to those mushroom growers. And this one is a key business of a microbiologist. Of course, you can produce mushroom at commercial level also, then send fresh mushroom. Another one is mushroom may be dried, and then after you may have dry packing and send this dry mushroom also. So this one is a good entrepreneurship field where you can jump into. Another very nice entrepreneurship field, that is biofertilizer. What you do is you need to grow certain microorganisms which are fixing nitrogen, which are stabilizing some minerals, and then develop the organism at laboratory level. After that, you'll have to design the medium. Of course, it may be very cheap medium using cheap raw material. Then after you try producing this biofertilizer, this organism in mass, and then after you may have a carrier molecule, and then you can prepare the packing and sell it to the farmer. Of course, you need to go to farmer, educate the farmer, and then after you can sell this product. If I'm not missing, one of my students, he came to me for industrial microbiology undergraduate program in 1996. Later on, he had cleared this industrial microbiology with distinction undergraduate program. And then after he had joined postgraduate program, he had been with us for 2 more years for postgraduate program. And later on, not a single day he had worked anywhere. He started his own work in Rajkot, and he himself has developed biofertilizer in his own institute. Says that it was a small area where he started developing biofertilizer. Then after he collected a laptop and a projector, he used to keep it with him, goes to every village in the evening time where all the farmers are back home. After 7 o'clock, he used to call all the farmers in the village, then explain what biofertilizer is, how it is working, and what they need to do with. And he used to give free samples to the farmers. Of course, it was a kind of demonstration farm in the various village area. And this demonstration proved to be the best. After this farmer turned to him for biofertilizer, and years together he had worked in this and developed his own industry. At present, he says that numbers of people are working under him, and he is producing biofertilizer, various varieties of biofertilizer. If you see this kind of entrepreneurship development program, then Anand Agriculture University Microbiology Department is an excellent example of this. Professor R.V. Vyas, he is the head of this microbiology center in Anand Agriculture University. He himself developed biofertilizer program in his academic laboratory, and this academic laboratory has converted into commercial industry, and he registered the Department of Microbiology Anand Agriculture University as a company manufacturing biofertilizer. And of course, you people can have an educational tour to the center where the round the clock that company is working inside the microbiology department Anand Agriculture University. And to the best of my knowledge, he could mobilize more than 4 crore rupees till date from this biofertilizer. So that department is individual for grant from government. They are not getting grant. They are not receiving any grant from government. Says they're not the corporate. They are giving grant to the government. Right. So entrepreneurship development in biofertilizer, bioinsecticide is an excellent field. You can work at your home, produce some product, and sell it in market. Another very interesting field is enzyme, microbial enzyme. You can work with some of the microbial enzyme. You can grow the organism in liquid, maybe a broth culture, and then after develop this environment in a way that organism produce enzyme for you, and then after this enzyme can be sold at crude level in market. Numbers of enzymes are in demand in market. For example, you have various lipases, cellulases, amylases. All these enzymes are having industrial importance. Numbers of industries are looking for this enzyme, so you can produce enzyme at your home, and maybe a kind of cottage industry. Small area is required, little instrumentation is required. You grow organism at broth level, design cheap medium, produce the enzyme, crude enzyme can be separated at some level of purification, and then after this crude enzyme can be absorbed to some carrier molecules, and you can sell this enzyme to industry where numbers of consumers are available there. They are looking for enzymes, so you can think of this. You may have advertised on soft media, and then after you can sell your product. So after graduation, even you can have all kind of chances where you may go for the microbiology entrepreneurship, where this kind of program may be working with. Of course, you can work with certain kind of food material which have been produced by fermentation at your level, and then a nicely fermented food can also be sold in market, and you can develop your own market from this microbiology. So lot of microbiology is there in entrepreneurship. You can think of one or other kind of commercial product at your cottage, and then after produce and sell it in market. So every institute, according to me, every institute should have a small program of entrepreneurship development, and there you can ask your student to come to the special entrepreneurship development laboratory. They are to be given total freedom to work with something. They develop their own idea, they prepare something, and then after you should have some team people to work with the marketing of this product, and then after go for it. If you are working very well, then Gujarat State Biotech Mission, GSBTM, they do have their incubators. Here in Sauli Biotech Park, they have very nice infrastructure facility for a small entrepreneur where you can go there, you will be given some space to work with. Full-fledged instrument center is also there, set up by government, and then you can access freely, and then you can have all kind of test of your product, and then after they have a team of MBAs, that is government employed, and then this team will help you to market your product. And after that, if your product is established there in market, these people will help you to get the loan from government agency and to start a small scale industry. So right from your home to the industry, you have all these facilities. You go and explore that facility and be entrepreneur. So ultimately, you may not be a job seeker, you will be a job giver. In fact, you will employ number of microbiologists. So that is also to be worked with. In our Gujarat University, we do have the University Innovation Center. We do have the university incubators. So all the microbiologists, maybe budding scientists, maybe after BSc or MSc or PhD MPhil, you are free to work on some topic, prepare a project, small one, write to us in GUSEC. You may explore the Gujarat University GUSEC, and then after every month we people sit there to screen this kind of applications. Then if at all your application is screened, you will be asked to come for presentation. You present there in front of a committee, and then after if your project is selected, then you will be given space, instruments, and of course fund to work with your idea in our QSEC center. That is our incubator there. Of course, we do have a government grant for this. So you will work there, you'll develop your prototype, and then after all kind of other facilities up to marketing and patenting will be provided by our university experts. So all this facility is also open for all the students of any university of Gujarat or India. So you can explore all these facilities. So entrepreneurship development is the point where every student has to go for it all the time, where you say that after getting graduation, after getting post-graduation or PhD, if I am being employed or not, that is a question. Instead, you think that after getting graduation or post-graduation or PhD, why not start your own industry and to ask other graduates to work with you? It can be a good team. All the international giants, they are also been developed like this only. So you have ample scope to produce your product, to sell your product in India and abroad also. Thank you very much. Now we'll, if some questions are there, we'll see some questions.
Hello, am I audible to you?
Yeah.
Okay, so I hope the session was helpful to you all. Now I'll ask you all the participants, if you have any question to ask to sir, you can ask just by raising your hand, okay, one by one, or else you can write it on comment box. Okay, so there will be only 15 minutes of Q&A session. So you can ask one by one, or else you can write it on comment box. You can also ask in Gujarati, so I can also on this in Gujarati. So it's up to your choice. So we can start the Q&A session now. It's just for 15 minutes. Okay, so we can start it. Hello.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Sir, our student Neil Patel is asking
Yeah.
you that can you give some government sector job or how to get government sector job?
In fact, for government, after graduation, the government used to publish the advertisement periodically in local newspapers. And that advertisement is for the laboratory technician at PSCs. They do have PHCs, CHCs, and every time the advertisement is published in the government notification as well as in newspapers, as and when required. And this advertisement is for the contractual work of a laboratory technician, where microbiologists are being required by them. This contract is for 5 years. As you know that Gujarat government, they do have contract for 5 years, and then after 5 years they are being confirmed, and all the level of increments for all the 5 years are been added after 5 years, and then after it can be a complete government job.
Any other questions, please? You can ask in Gujarati also, sir can understand Gujarati.
Yes, no problem.
Right. Just unmute your mic and ask the question. Okay, sir, there is another question. Which sector of industry is the best to start the career? That is from Tithi Chopra. Which sector of industry is the best to start the career?
The best to start career in industry is pharma.
Okay.
Pharma sector for microbiology is best, because the pharma sector where one very important point for microbiology is where no other subject people can compete with you. Says that if sterile operation is to be followed, it is the norms of Food and Drug Administration that compulsorily by microbiologists are to be posted there. So that is the job where the other science people may not compete at all. And of course, you know that there used to be BSL1, BSL2, BSL3, BSL4 facilities for working with some pharma products. And that only microbiologists are allowed to work with. And that is how the competition is comparatively narrow in industry. And pharma industry, where a lot of growth is there, particularly for fermentation industry, when it is a bulk drug industry, then you prefer, if you are getting the chance to work with bulk drug fermentation industry for pharma, then you need not to worry even a 1 minute. You jump into that, whatsoever may be your initial salary. Initial salary may be say 10,000, you don't worry. After 2, 3, 4 years, your salary may cross 30, 40,000, because industry are employing the people, and if you are expertise in your field, then they need you. Definitely, they will pay very high. In other industry, if you go for other than pharma, then your job is to work with QC and QA, quality control and quality assurance.
Sir, this is Dr. Anoop from
Yes.
Anand.
Yes.
My question is there any HACCP based trainings in Gujarat? Hazard analysis and critical control point. There are different types of jobs available for that, food industries.
Right. But
HACCP, is there any, both supervisors and as a lab technician in the HACCP lab is available, and they pay very exuberantly.
That is very handsome amount has been paid, but in Gujarat there is no center. So how can you work? So you'll have to go outside.
Okay.
The payment is excellent, and then you can work with.
Sir, one more thing. For example, there are institutes like CFTRI are giving trainings.
Which
Even
one?
CFTRI, Central Food and Technological Research Institute, Mysore. There are many institutes, even NIN, that is in Hyderabad. They are giving trainings for students to get food industry certifications. Even they are giving trainings for spirulina cultivation and everything. They get
of course, excellent training is given. Right, very,
yes.
very true. Very
but
true.
But they take money for that. Right?
Actually, what happened that this is government program,
Yes.
but this government program has been exploited by so many people. They are not serious about. So government has thought that just to reduce the load, they have started charging. But if you see in Surat, nearby Surat, the government has launched one food industry park.
Yes.
So you can think of working with this food industry park. It is an excellent opportunity there. Everything pertaining to food industry infrastructure is going to be developed by government. Government is going to have the frozen storage also. Government is going to have the water supply for food industry at their own. Government is going to have the effluent treatment pertaining to food industry. So all major headache of your industry that has been shouldered by government, and government is giving you space to work with you with there. So you may have a small area confined to your industry, maybe your startup, and then after you are getting water pure from government, you are getting your effluent to be treated by government, you are getting electricity supply from government, and if at all you produce some food product which are to be stored at low temperature, you need not to maintain it. Again, there is a frozen storage, a huge storage of government where you can store. Of course, government is supplying a team of person working in marketing field also. So if you are working with food science, food microbiology, then this Surat Food Park is an excellent place where you can jump into. Of course, a lot of work is to be done. It's not so simple where we are talking.
True. Sir, I want to add something for the students here. There are many in South Gujarat and Northern Maharashtra. There are many aquatic parks where they are growing fishes, prawns, and everything.
Right.
And they need microbiologists, and especially there are many diseases which are being seen in these type of food-based industries, especially in shrimp and prawn culture. So they need microbiologists for that particular area. So if any student would like to go there and help them, it would be.
By and large, putrefaction is the biggest problem for them.
Yes.
And then putrefied bacteria are nuisance for them. So one has to work in the field where the putrefaction is to be prevented, and for that they need microbiologists. Yes. So a lot of scope of microbiologists to work with them.
Yes.
Very good.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
One more center at Bhavnagar, that is CSMCRI, Center for Salt and Marine Research Institute, that is CSIR program. And there also they do have the program in PG as well as PhD. And of course, they supply fellowship also to work with. Some of the students can go there and get good research. And of course, numbers of research projects are also being handled by them, particularly to marine microbiology. So that is an excellent center in Bhavnagar. So students of surrounding area can exploit that very well.
Hello.
Yes, Dhwani, go ahead.
Am I audible?
Go ahead, Dhwani.
So there is a student named Vishwa Shah. She is asking which are the best universities for MSc in microbiology in Gujarat.
In Gujarat, I cannot rate the Gujarat University because, of course, in Gujarat, MSc Microbiology is offered by all government university, where MS University, even South Gujarat University, Veernagar South Gujarat, ours is Gujarat University, there, Sardar Patel University, Vidyanagar. We do have the Saurashtra University, Rajkot, then Bhavnagar University. All the university are offering MSc program in microbiology. Of course, in Ahmedabad, there is one Nirma University. They are also offering the MSc program in microbiology. And some private universities. There are numbers of private universities. We will not discuss much about private university here because, see, if you think today and tomorrow some new university offering microbiology may start. And that is how there are some very good universities are in Gujarat where you can go and write the entrance examination of MS University and get admission in MSc Microbiology Biotechnology there. You can come to our Gujarat University. We have a state-of-art even research center for this. We are also nurturing roughly around 55 students in microbiology and 30 students in biotechnology at our department. And of course, we have MPhil and PhD program also, which has been funded by university as well as certain kind of projects are working from the national funding agencies. But for other universities, the problem comes with the students is where the university which do not have entrance examination, the students from other university are counted as other university seat, which is very limited. When you talk about our Gujarat University, we nurture the student from Gujarat University first. Later on for other University of Gujarat, and then after other University of India. So when I say that we have 50 seats, out of 50 seats, some 25 seats is government and 25 seats is self-finance. Of course, self-finance fees is comparatively less, but still it is self-finance, right? So where we talk about 25 seats of government in our center, 85% is from Gujarat University students. Rest of the students are coming from other university. So if a student from, say, South Gujarat is thinking to admit there, it is very difficult for them to get through the merit. And this is how the problem comes. Compared to this, the MS University Baroda admission is better, where they do have their written entrance exam and personal interview based admission. So all students are equal to participate there. And then after, they will admit a student. So you are getting all the chance to get admission there if you have a potential to academic career.
Hello. Am I audible, sir?
Yes.
Okay. So now the QA session is over. Well, hope you all have enjoyed the session. Last but not the least, I, Dhwani Vyas, on the behalf of Microbiology Department of C.B. Patel Computer College and JNMP Science College, extend a very hearty vote of thanks to our respected speaker, Dr. Rajesh Kumar R. Panchal, and each participant who has been part of this webinar session. Well, I do wish to express my gratitude to our Honorable President, Sir Shri Pankaj Bhai Patel, and Principal Sir Dr. Fayyaz Sheikh, Sir, for providing encouragement and support. Again, thank you and have a good day. Sir, now we may end the session.
So I also thank the Katha Vibhag Mandal for all this webinar, an excellent webinar, and invited me for this speech. At this moment, I thank Dr. Anup Markande also to have a very good critics, and at the same time, he had added a lot of knowledge to the participants. So thank Anup, and thank you all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much. We'll meet tomorrow by 11 for sure. Thank you.